and a broken front diff.
So this is the 1000cc diff I'm trying to put in my 800cc RZR. This is the part number I'm using. By the way, I skipped taking the whole front end apart. I figured if you're going this far, then I don't need to put that in the video. This is the size comparison between the two. That's the stock guy. Obviously this is a new one. Quite a difference there between the 1000 and the 800. This will be twice I rebuilt this, or no, once I rebuilt this thing, and I blew it up again. I rebuilt it with Super ATV parts, which I thought were good, but I realized Super ATV is actually shit quality in everything they do. So yeah, I am done with Super ATV and done with this 800 diff. I'm going to 1000cc. I got this thing refurbished from Trailsport Motors, I believe it's called, and it comes with a new bearings, new seals, and a billet spread cage, roll cage, whatever you want to call it. Also to show you just how far off we're talking here. Probably a good 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So that's pretty much lined up evenly. And got another just over 1.5 inches off. As you can see, the width is pretty much the same. It has to be really dead close. And this was $1,000 right now from Trailsport Motorsports. No core charge, don't have to send anything back. Full case and everything. Alright, so my plate did not work. I found out you have to have this diff on an angle. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's a company called, was it Gilbert Designs, I think? And they make this welded plate. Very nicely done plate. I was just trying to do it cheap and welding a flat plate, and I made a couple spacers, but they have it all figured out, the geometry needed, the angle that diff, so the axle clears the steering rack. So a lot of grinding, a lot of cutting. It would be very easy with a plasma cutter, but we do not have one. And also, the only thing I really couldn't reach was the back here. This is really cooking nicely now. I got the plate all welded in. Got the bottom. Had my stepdad arc weld these 6 slots down here. Just grind them flat, because there's a lot of gap there for the old Harvey freight unit. Got the junky, most spattery welds ever, but good enough for what this is for. Good enough for bogging. $100 Harvey freight welder. Save the day. That fits in. Got that I didn't put the pin in yet. I'm going to wait till I can roll the wheels on the ground. Then I'm going to put that pin in. Actually, probably should do that now. But yeah, they got that plug over here. Plugs right in the stock. Just like that. Meant to be. Tuck that out of the way. Hook the vent tube up. And yeah, button her up. So that hole for the roll pin was not lined up. So I just took a little punch on, should have just put a little punch on the end of this axle, or the shaft part of the joint. Just gave it a couple hits till it was all lined up. Now I'm going to grind the end of my roll pin, put a chamfer on it, and smack it in there. I don't know how, I only have one, but I do. Thankful for that, so I can replace that, get this project done. Of course the race was stuck on there, but I find just a little WD-40 and that comes off every time. Had this happen a few times. Not too bad. Just take that C-clip out, get a big old socket and hammer from the other side. Just smaller than that diameter back there. Just smaller than that, and good to go. They got those 3 slots for like a screwdriver or something. Probably some fancy tool as well that Polaris makes, but a socket that diameter is great for pushing the bearing out. I mean, it's trash anyway, so pushing on the rubber part isn't a big deal at all. It comes out just fine. I took a little wire wheel on a cordless drill. Just went around there. All ready to be put back together, greased up. Finally got this thing back together. Got AMS oil in the diff, grease on the new bushings and the A-arms. Alignment sort of okay. Good enough for bogging purposes. So we'll be ripping next Saturday probably. That Gilbert Designs plate is really nice. Those A-arms, those bottom A-arms went in there with no problems at all. I had a little block and I put behind there when I was welding it, and made sure that was perfectly 90 degrees. And the laser cut, they laser cut the plates out, so it's just perfect. Perfect fitment on the A-arms. Really good product they got there for the diff swap. Fits in there real nice. Just gonna tuck that wire up real quick and put it away. Here's a quick oil drain. There's the drain plug. Come on, drain out. Here it is. One had to be difficult, obviously. Typical. Oh yeah. Some mulching. Good. That's not damaged. That's an expense. This half is an expensive piece. At least that's not damaged. With all the electricals. There's the ring. There's the roll cage. Billet roll cage I put in it when I rebuilt it. All the pins for it. It's chewed up on the outside pretty good.